What's up? Podcast Unlocked time, folks.
What's up?
Wednesday time.
Woo, Wednesday time.
Wednesday time.
Classic Wednesday
Martin's
time.
on tonight. Remember Martin?
No.
Martin
Dan,
Sleva.
Gina.
Yeah,
No.
Martin Lawrence.
That was a situation
Absolutely.
comedy from the 90s.
Who's the boss?
Get it?
Is that
There's a
different?
weird, I think there's like a gopher in the wall.
Is there really? Oh, you mean the thing under the table?
Oh! Wait! Okay. Can we address the fact what is happening right now?
There's a dog in the
Is
room.
this like you
Yeah.
You didn't
secretly
know?
trying to kill me?
You didn't
I
notice?
didn't know
Yes.
Maggie was in the room.
So,
Are you that allergic?
Dustin, I got problems, yo.
No, I'm serious. Are you that allergic?
I'm pretty allergic.
this is Podcast Unlocked, episode 183 for February 18th, 2015. And yes, it's Murder Marty Wednesday.
Yeah.
If only it were Monday, then it would
Yeah,
just
that'd be
alliterate
good.
so much better. So first we have the dog here.
Fifth chair.
Under
Maggie the boxer.
Under
The floor.
observation. You cannot see her on the video episode. She'll probably make a cameo at the end after Marty leaves.
You might be able to hear her. Oh my God! Put her in my seat after I leave.
Yeah, I was going to say, can we put her in the chair?
I have to
We'll
leave
see.
after
Yeah.
half an hour.
We
Oh,
probably
Is
can.
she
Give
that
her
well
poker
behaved?
card. Oh my God! And give her poker cards.
I think we might be able to do that. So
This has to happen.
You might want to watch the video episode this week for not only that reason, but this reason, Marty. We do want to kill you.
Yeah.
because it's entertaining radio. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I just thought
all about the shock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just thought, hey, it's a little warm in here. Hang on a second.
What is happening? Why are we doing this? What did I do? Why is everyone being so mean to me? Is this because I took over Beyond? Is this what happens?
For those of you not watching the video podcast, Ryan has just revealed his swanky new Battletoads t-shirt. The same one Phil Spencer wore on stage.
I want to thank Aaron Greenberg for helping me play this practical joke on Marty, who, of course, hates Battletoads
How
with
can you hate
all
Battletoads?
of his being.
They got fists that turn into spiked hammer things.
Yeah, and then we turned 6.
So, this Aaron Greenberg, thank you for sending this. This actually, though, is an extra large, so I'm going to wash this, and then I'm going to give it away
Whoa.
on next week's show. This is
It looks comfortable.
Almost literally one of a kind. There are
Yeah.
not many of them. He didn't even have one in my size, so he just sent this. I'm going to give it away. So if you want to win this Battletoad shirt, play Unlock Block for next week, and let's have some sort of rare-themed, good rare-themed question that we can test Marty with. Can be any rare game, whether it's Battletoads, Banjo, which is Marty's
Let's
true
do
love.
Banjo.
Looking forward to these perfect Dark Zero trivia.
How many lines are on the ground? All of the lines.
Yeah, send your question, 4 multiple choice answers. Note the correct one, and I'll need your mailing address so that I know where to send the shirt. So.
I thought it was weird that you had your coat zipped up. I'm like, man, you were dressing conservatively
So
today. Right?
I was gonna pull this because I actually got the shirt out of the mailroom yesterday, changed into it, and we were gonna just film a Vine. Like Mitch had half a Vine done, like I did the little intro, and then we were gonna just get you.
Then you just kept being
But
like,
then you were
be right back.
yeah. Then you were just working.
so
Then I had,
busy.
I had like the nervous
Doing
breakdown.
your
at the
job.
end.
So I thought, okay, well, let's just do it on the show. Then then it's not limited to 6 seconds.
Yeah.
Then we can really draw it out
Yeah.
and give people a reason to watch the video episode.
True.
Of Unlocked. The very video episode that they all claim to have wanted so badly.
Yeah.
You can
All
win
7
this
of
shirt
them.
as worn by Ryan McKay.
Yes, literally the shirt off my back.
As
You
an
can
unlocked
win
Musk.
it.
It's how much unlocked Musk. That's how
Yeah.
much Ryan
It'll
loves
smell
you.
like my fabric softener, I guess, when you get it in the mail.
Bounce
Uh,
sheet.
Someone's fancy using that fabric
And
softener.
again, caveat: it's an extra large. So if you probably want to wear that size.
Yeah.
They
Should
can
you-
shrink it if they want.
I don't know, man. Probably not after.
Maybe
it goes-
not to a medium, but to
Yeah.
a large.
What the hell?
It's your
This
dog.
is what happens when a dog is under the table.
Pulling the mics.
Mics are just randomly moving.
You guys never saw the 7th Beethoven movie where he interrupted all the podcasts? Is that Home Improvement?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Tim Taylor.
I don't know why we keep bringing up these ghosts of 90s.
Because that's the best time of entertainment of our lives. It's only gotten worse.
Yeah.
Like drama's gotten better.
Yeah.
I was
The
going to say,
Wire
like, oh
and
man,
Sopranos.
Breaking Bad.
Yeah, Breaking Bad.
Yo, you
but
guys watching Better Call
comedy
Saul?
gets worse.
Better Call Saul is really good.
I've heard it's
heard.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, that's it.
Nailed
Good.
it. That was 183. See you next week.
So last week we recorded early due to our company content conference, or COCO as it's known around
Coco.
here. So yeah, of course we miss stuff. That's we always record early.
happen.
Whenever we record early, we always miss big things. So we missed Bethesda announcing their own E3 showcase. We're going to cover that first here in the news. But the other thing I wanted to just cover off on real quick, it's not Xbox related, but it affects us all.
Yes.
As it should. Super Mario Bros. 3 celebrated its 25th anniversary of its U.S. release.
Oh,
Obviously,
man.
it had been out longer in Japan, but the
Making me feel old.
I know, the 25th anniversary of Super Mario 3, which I have insane memories of.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to kind of go around the table, and 'cause I'm guessing you all have Super Mario 3
Yeah.
memories, yes? Marty?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, absolutely. That's Mario 3 might be the first game I remember playing, honestly.
Yeah.
It was. I remember it was like right before I moved from Chicago to Wisconsin, and I distinctly remember getting to the pipe world, and whatever, like 3 or 4 year old Marty just couldn't handle it. Like it was too much for me. And
Right.
the fact that like you could scroll, like you could go off stage to the right, and all of a sudden you end up at the left. But yeah, I'm reviewing the new Kirby game right now, and the thing I keep going back to,
Which is stunningly gorgeous,
it
by
is
the way.
stupidly gorgeous.
It's
Yeah.
just claymation
Everything
amazingness.
is, there's thumbprints,
60
and characters.
frames.
Yeah. But the thing I keep going to is one of the things I loved so much about Mario 3 was that each level was so kind of bite-sized and quick and compact,
Yeah.
but still had like so many nooks and crannies to explore and secrets to get in
What
little areas.
the first level of the game, go up on the white
Yep.
Yeah.
platform box, hold down for like 5 seconds, and you'll drop behind the world and get
Yeah.
like boom, first secret
And
of the
that
game.
amazing
Thanks to that
aesthetic.
cheating kid in the wizard.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, and that whole sort of like tactile aesthetic of like it felt like a stage play where you exit stage right when you finish a level, the curtains open
curtains
at the
open.
beginning. Yeah, it looks like certain pieces of scenery are like pounded
Well,
in the background.
and the overworld. The overworld was just like at that
Yeah, yeah.
time. 1990.
Yeah.
Just unreal. February 1990.
That's a game that I have no specific memory of the first time playing it.
Yeah.
But that is a game that has just been core to my being as someone who plays and enjoys games forever. Like literally forever. It came out when I was 2 years old. So for the vast majority of
God,
my
making
life,
me feel older.
the
Thanks,
entirety
Mitch.
of my
Yeah.
gaming existence has been predicated on that game.
Yeah.
yeah.
Destin, did you play it? Did you have?
Yeah, I played it. One of my memories are like forever I would just use the whistle trick to get to the end and try and beat the game.
Yeah.
But one time somebody's like, you have to go to this level. It's really, really cool. Everything's bigger. And
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like,
Oh
what are
my
you
gosh.
talking
Yeah,
about?
it's so good.
And then I hop in and I try. I was like, oh my
Look at
God,
that
this is
Goomba.
so cool.
Yeah.
He's like the size of the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I mean, my parents, we were like as middle class as it gets. So, you know, not poor, but far from affluent. And so, you know, I would get games, but I'd save up, you know, birthday money, allowance money, whatever. My parents never just bought me a video game. Like that just kind of, and it wasn't because they didn't love me. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe it was. I don't know. Maybe I should be in therapy for that. But as far as I know, it was just, you know, it was a financial. They just, you know, they did, because especially, remember, games were $50 back then.
Yeah.
Which, when you factor in a little inflation, games were not cheap.
They were
absolutely.
in
$30,000.
1990.
He paid, I know my dad paid $90 for
Canadian,
baseball.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it was wild back then. But I
Worth
remember
every cent.
I had seen The Wizard, which to 9-year-old me was 100% effective marketing tool.
Oh yeah.
It was this movie. Well, remember, there were hardly any movies that even involved video games.
California.
That's exactly what I was
Yeah, like
thinking.
aside from
That's
like
it.
Tron.
Yeah,
and
let
War
alone
games
we're
beforehand.
about a video game and about this video game tournament. And yeah, I just was like frothing for Super Mario Brothers 3 because I had played the first two. I remember buying Super Mario 1, of course, pack in. Everybody
Yeah.
got it. Mario 2, I remember buying at Toys R Us. At Toys R Us, I don't know if they still do this, but you used to. They didn't have the cartridges
like,
out.
tickets.
The tickets.
Yeah.
And you take the ticket to the counter and get the game. And I remember just like grabbing. I remember where on the row it was. And then so when 3 came out, I was just like, oh my God, so
Yeah.
good. And I came home one day from school, and my mother handed me a plastic Kmart bag. 'Cause remember, Kmart used to have a little electronics section.
Yeah.
And inside the bag was the yellow Super Mario Brothers
yeah.
3. And I was just like, what is... my mind was completely blown, and I have such great memories of that. And yeah, like, dude, I love getting the boot. You know, jump around in
Rainbow
the
shoot,
boot.
yeah.
We have a Mario, like a stuffed Mario, in a
Oh,
green
yeah.
painted rubber
Nice.
boot in our meeting room, and I'm like, yeah, you
Yeah,
guys
it's-
get it.
You guys get it.
Oh, but yeah, Super Mario Brothers 3. If you haven't played it, so that actually prompted me. I realized, I don't currently have this game in
wow.
any way, shape, or form
Wow.
because my NES went out the window
Sure. Wow,
years
ago,
ago because I used to have to trade in the system to get to the next one when I was
Yeah.
a kid, and I just don't have it any. So I actually went on the eShop with my 3DS.
Yeah. Oh,
where
nice.
it's there. It's $5.
Yeah.
It's like. Okay, it should probably be 2 or 3, but whatever.
but yeah.
You
I
got
will
me. I'm going to pay
happily
$5
pay $5 for
so
that game.
I highly recommend if you either haven't played in a while or if you're a younger listener and have never played it and have a 3DS, for the love of God, it's like the best $5 you could possibly spend on
and
yourself.
I mean, I think it's part of what is probably maybe the best single gaming product ever, which is the Mario All Stars that also had Mario World in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The original remaster.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. So, yeah, having
the original Master Chief Collection.
yeah, right. Yeah,
Master Mario.
Yeah,
Collection.
it's like those and Orange Box are the things where it's like, well,
Yeah.
if I was on Desert Island, these would probably be the only things I'd get.
Yep, grab that Mass Effect trilogy, and you are
You know,
good to go. Finally,
if you put a gun to my head and told me to give me my top 5 video games ever,
Seems
I
excessive.
would have a legitimately hard time. Or maybe we don't have to. All right, it can be a.
It's a water gun.
a water gun. Didn't you do a top 5?
I did. Well, I didn't rank them though.
Oh, you
I
in
took
no
the
particular
cop-out.
order. Here are the
I did.
5.
Yeah. I think,
Okay.
But I think if I did have to get to 5, Mario 3 would be on the list.
Yeah.
Like the game's that good. I think it's the best of all the Mario games. I know there's a lot of everybody has their picks. Super Mario 64, Super Mario World,
Galaxy.
Galaxy. But yeah, for me, I think 3 is the one. So
25.
20.
I don't know
Happy
if he's gonna
25th.
rent a car,
Without
crash it into a bog.
you got the insurance though, so it's good to
Yeah,
go.
that's good.
You're all set. All right. Well, that's it for that. We'll come right back with the news before Marty has to run out choking on his own air pipe.
Yep.
All right. We'll be right back.
Marty.
All right. We're back with the news, and we'll start with the big thing we missed. Oh, hey, Maggie.
Just a dog hanging out.
Is she showing up
Just
on
hanging
camera?
out.
She might be.
Staring at me with that Terminator eye. She's sent back through time to kill us all, or at least Marty.
Yeah, just Marty.
You're John Connor in this scenario. She'll be down to just like an endoskeleton just like crawling after you.
Just turns into liquid and reforms.
All right. Bethesda announced last week that they are going to hold their first ever E3 press conference, joining EA, Ubisoft, and then Microsoft and Sony. Am I leaving anybody out?
Activision doesn't really have a press conference. They have a press briefing sort of.
That's it, right?
Gathering.
Yeah.
Ubisoft?
Well,
Yeah,
Konami
there's no
sort of
Ubisoft?
does weird effed up stuff from time to time.
Yeah.
Did you
I
say
think they kinda
Ubisoft?
gave that out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ubisoft, EA.
Yeah, this is a big
Microsoft,
deal. You don't
Sony.
really say you're holding a press conference if you don't have anything to talk about.
On that very note,
I wonder what they could possibly be announcing.
Fallout 4 is inevitable, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
there's
a Fallout
nobody that would bet
something.
against me in In-N-Out Burger on that one, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think Fallout 4 is going to be announced, but if it isn't, I'm sort of going to be like, well, yeah. I mean,
They're announcing.
So what are the, I mean, we know, quote, no, in as much as we've seen like a lot of rumors about that game be set in Boston, they're doing casting.
Yep.
and copyright claims
It
and everything,
seems
so they can
pretty
retain
likely they're doing a Fallout game. What are the odds that they looked at the success of Skyrim and went, okay, time out. We need to do another Elder Scrolls game before we do another Fallout game.
So I have talked to Todd Howard many times over the years. Sadly, not much since I've been at IGN, just because he hasn't really had a project. You know, Skyrim shipped like right before I started working here. But yeah, when I used to talk to him all the time, I mean, of course, things can change, but it became very clear to me that Todd Howard is very much in charge there, in the sense of. In fact, I asked him, like, do they make you do projects? Do they do whatever project you want? And he told me a story of how when they first did Fallout 3, he wanted Fallout, so they went and got it for him.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, yeah, I suspect they're going to continue alternating Elder Scrolls, Fallout, and that's one team, by the way. That's just Todd Howard's team. Is it possible they've swelled to 2 teams?
I mean,
possible.
Skyrim, I wouldn't doubt it. You know?
But I mean, for me, you look at those games ship every 5 years or more, and like GTA or like what's another recent example of a? I mean, how about even the Batman Arkham games?
Yeah.
you know, they become events rather than just annualized.
The
well,
Witcher
okay,
is
another
The
good
Witcher is a
example.
great
Yeah,
example. Yeah, where they become just huge events that become blockbuster things, which only builds the momentum for the next game.
Yeah.
I think there's zero chance this is an Elder Scrolls 6. I don't think we'll see Elder Scrolls 6 till
For a
after
while.
Fallout.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Seems
mean, the
feasible.
big thing, too, to look at was when Fallout 3 was announced at E3 in 2008, it came out that October.
No. Well, remember? Wait, was it?
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
cow!
Like,
It
it
was
was
very
announced,
shortly
and
after.
within, like, 5 months was out.
I still
that's
have
right.
my viewfinder.
I remember that.
Oh,
yeah.
From when they gave them out. That thing's
So,
worth a lot of money.
I'm just as much. I feel like every week
Yeah.
we talk about how just nuts this fall is. What if there's a Fallout? I don't get it.
Get out.
How did
Get
it
out.
fall?
I meant
I
to
don't
do
get
it.
it.
No, I think that could like really disrupt a lot of stuff this year because
Yeah.
this year's already so busy. It's already getting a little bit crowded.
I don't think they'd want to.
a lot about stuff that might
Oh.
slip into next year. That could
Fallout
really
is a
make mess.
game where they don't worry about other people. Other people worry about them.
Yeah,
you know, there's that small handful of quadruple A tier things where everyone else has to get the hell out of their way.
GTA,
What if-
Call of Duty,
Yeah.
maybe Halo.
What if they do September,
Well, we talked
October?
about that last week,
Yeah.
and maybe not.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe, man. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know if it hasn't anymore.
So we talked a little bit off the air about what we think, what at least Mitch and I think might happen.
Yeah.
We think they might bring Skyrim to next-gen consoles to bridge the gap to Fallout 4's release.
Yeah, and if we're saying that Fallout's this year, I don't think that's going to happen. But if they say, hey, listen, like, here's a Fallout logo, here's a teaser trailer, War's dead or whatever, I don't care. Ron Perlman comes out on stage.
What is the line again?
Yeah.
It's the
Fine.
same thing.
Yeah.
They'd have a teaser trailer, and then they announce, like, you're getting that in fall 2016, but to hold you over, Skyrim on next gen.
Yeah.
Do you really think they would announce
Mod
it
supported.
a year and a half out?
Doesn't seem like Bethesda.
Also, so let's work backwards and do the math. Skyrim shipped holiday 2011, right?
yes.
So typically, Todd Howard's team takes 3 years to make a game, but we got a next-gen change there. So if it's this year, it's already 4 years.
Yeah.
I don't see it being 5 years unless they've
Yeah.
completely started over on the engine. Like they've built completely new technology,
Yeah.
maybe some sort of custom id tech since they...
Could be.
But I really think it's going to be this year, and I would also make an in-and-out bet that there is no Skyrim remaster.
Ever?
Well, not this year.
Okay.
Okay.
At a certain
Well,
point, just don't, you can't do it.
Yeah.
Marty's so exhausted by the
Just
bets.
stop it.
On the list here, we have Dishonored 2 seems likely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know
That's-
that was your personal game of the year a few years ago.
Love that game.
Yeah.
That's my favorite game of 2012 by far. I don't know, like I would assume that that's what Harvey's team is doing in Lyon. Like Harvey, who is head of that project in Austin at Arcane, moved to Lyon,
To France.
to head up another project at Arcane's other studio. I would love for that to be a Dishonored game.
I feel like Harvey would be like a new IP guy.
Could be.
And that Austin's handling.
You think so?
Yeah.
It's possible.
Could be.
I mean, you kind of don't you need a steady, experienced hand to make sure that Dishonored becomes a franchise and not just a
Yeah.
one-off that has a crappy sequel and then
Sure.
goes away forever.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
I don't know if I necessarily agree with the idea of Austin being a B team either, because they were Dishonored. They made that game.
Yeah.
That is their project.
Yeah.
So, I mean, without Harvey's leadership, it might be a different kind of
Yeah,
game.
you don't want
But
to
Rock the boat.
BioShock to it.
yeah.
I think also in this
Really good
list
analogy.
there will be something new, like not just Fallout, like
new
maybe
IP.
a new IP kind of
From who?
snuck in there as a teaser.
Like Bethesda owns a lot of studios now.
Yeah.
Or not,
Oh, I'm not sure
necessarily
from
owns,
who.
They
I
mean,
publish a lot of
I don't
stuff, too.
think.
Yeah.
Wet
Tank-
2 coming up.
Yeah.
What?
God.
Wets. Gross. Tango's not going to be ready to show their game.
No.
That's Evil Within.
Machine Games
They
might
just
see something.
Games,
just
no
shipped
way.
They did-
Wolfenstein.
they did
There's
Brink.
no way.
Brink 2.
Oh, God.
Brinks.
No. Those guys.
That was splash
the
damage.
Splash
yeah.
Damage.
Oh,
They
yeah,
just
yeah.
released
They're
a mobile
free-to-play
game.
things, right? Aren't they doing free-to-play stuff?
Dirty Bomb is their shooter. I think that's what it's called now. I played that at
Well,
PAX
the
last
other-
year. It was
so-
okay.
I know.
For
I
me-
just wouldn't be surprised to see like a little new IP thing in there.
What if they
I'm sure,
acquire?
yeah.
Like, what if Bethesda went out and was like, "We acquired this other brand," because they're good about that.
Well,
They're
a
like,
lot
we
of
got
people
Fallout, we
just
got
sold
Wolfenstein,
their
we-
brands. So
What could they like? I don't know.
I don't know. I think if this is, let's say it's probably an hour-long conference, I think I don't know if you start or finish with Fallout. I suppose you probably finish with it so that that's what everybody remembers at the end. But
Sure.
maybe you start with Doom. You show
yeah,
They showed it at QuakeCon.
Doom will
and
be
somehow,
like gameplay.
Exactly. Well,
Yeah.
they showed gameplay at QuakeCon, and somehow no footage of that.
Nobody
got on
took
the
an
internet,
iPhone
which is
video of that?
astounding.
We can only sit around a campfire with Vince and have him
Right.
tell us about it.
Tell
And-
us again
and
about the
Gather
gore.
around, children.
And all that word, all the secondhand report on that is that it looked awesome.
Sounded cool.
Yeah.
So I think we'll see the proper world premiere of Doom gameplay, Dishonored 2, and Fallout. So that's if that's say 10 minutes each on the three of those,
You're halfway
and then
through
you
the
fill
show.
it out with some little things.
Jibber jabbers.
I don't know if
Jibber jabbers.
Battle Cry will that free to play PC
so
game
that game
will
is
have
either
shipped
gonna,
by then, or
they will either make that a prominent piece of their conference.
That'd be a
because
mistake.
they want that game to do well,
Mm-hmm.
or that game's canceled.
Yeah. I think when we see Doom, I think it'll also be like, and the demo/beta is now available. It'll be like,
Oh, yeah,
that would be nice.
Because we had
Right.
a couple of those at E3 last year. We had the Dead Rising Super Kamehameha Edition or whatever it was called.
Yep, nailed it.
Sony had an indie game that had unveiled at the conference
Right.
and was just out.
Yeah, yeah.
I could totally see that happening.
right? Because people still tweet me from time to time like, "Hey, whatever happened to that Doom beta that I was supposed to get with what was it, Evil Within?"
Wolfenstein.
With Wolfenstein, that's right. And it's just like, I don't know.
It's coming, man.
What do you think? So under Bethesda's sort of watch, they did a great job of rebooting Wolfenstein.
Absolutely.
From all intents and purposes, Doom seems really cool.
I hope so.
Do you think we're going to see anything Quake? Like, is that a brand that's still...
Oh.
I mean,
dude, I would love
that's a
that.
great thought.
Yeah.
I would love the Quake 5.
Okay, so let's... Well, Carmack, before he left, talked about rebooting Quake.
He wants a new one. Granted, he's not around anymore,
right.
but he talked a lot about wanting a
all
new
right,
one.
let's talk. Who do we want to do it?
Machine.
That's either
Machine.
Why not?
Yeah. I mean, Quake, the weird thing is Machine Games did storytelling really well in Wolfenstein.
That's true.
And does Quake have a story?
They tried with Quake 2. Quake
bit
1
in 4
had
as
a
well.
very
Yeah. You're in hell.
weird
What if
framework.
they make an amazing Quake narrative?
I would love that.
That would be so great.
Yeah, so
Lightning gun,
Yeah.
nail gun.
Yeah.
Quad damage. My favorite narrative trope.
What?
I have. Well, that's. I remember the Q3 test when they first put out, and
Wow.
it was like
The arena.
it just melted brains at that time. It was like holy hell, because that was first proper full 3D world. But
I'm also excited. This conference is on the Sunday of E3, so it's the day before everything.
yeah,
else.
so that's another good point, Marty. They are their first mover here. They will be the first big E3 announcements. So we're gonna start E3 with Fallout 4. Yes. Well, what else?
Do you think they're going to do anything next year? Do you think this is like a 1-year thing?
That's another good question.
I don't think they have
Generally,
enough
when
annually.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, generally when... I mean, I don't know the ins and outs of the business aspect of it, but I feel like when you kind of sign into a contract for like a couple of years for a venue.
Yeah, it's hard to just
I mean,
say, like, we want it for this
PSX had to
year.
sign up for a couple of years for that space in Vegas, and I don't know.
Interesting.
I can't see it being a
Well,
one-off.
it's not like a convention,
Yeah.
though. It's just they can book out like a theater.
Yeah.
That's true, too,
do
but I'm
their
pretty sure
thing.
Ubisoft locks itself in every few years
that
for
theater
Orpheum.
that some you're just going
to your point,
down.
Destin,
Yeah.
if they did commit to this, because of course every publisher, every company has like a 5-year or more roadmap.
Yeah.
So they must. You're right. They're going to have enough material to sustain this for at least 2 or 3 years, and there probably won't be a Fallout for E3 2016.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, what's going to be? I'm sure they've got it on that. Maybe Quake is that game for 2016.
Yeah, that'd be right.
We'll see. But that's
stuff.
been pretty quiet.
Do we think Doom is this year?
Could be.
I want it. I mean,
Nah,
Although-
they've been too quiet.
yeah, I
I
don't
don't know
It-
when that game last rebooted.
There's, like,
during the
no
25
marketing for
times
that
they
game.
started over.
That's the problem. It's impossible to peg where that is. I mean,
Same with Fallout, though, right? Like, there's no marketing for that either, but we all say it's this year.
Was there for 3? I remember
Well,
when 3
but-
there was stuff everywhere.
After they announced it.
after they announced
it was a 5-month run.
right.
Wow.
But
You
for
can hit it
4
hard.
though,
Yeah.
we know that one team has been working on that game since Skyrim shipped.
Right.
Whereas Doom, as you say, it's been
Tumultuous.
it's been bumpy over there.
Dude, I could totally see Fallout being announced and having those banners everywhere across the convention center.
Oh, yeah.
Like having that thing where
Instead
it's
of
announced
Assassin's
on,
Creed, it's-
getting announced on Sunday, and then on Monday they put up just banners on top of the convention center, inside the convention center.
Well, because if Bethesda is coming out with their first press conference, they're going to be wanting to gun for like game of the show and all the big accolades.
Yeah, they're not going to be.
And
yeah,
Fallout's
they're
going to
not
be the game
light.
for that.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see. I mean, it's weird. The people, I think I've said this on the show before, but it seems a lot of people I talk to, even though they're fundamentally a similar type of game, of open world freeform RPG, a lot of people tend to not. It's not a war where you choose sides, but a lot of people tend to strongly prefer Elder Scrolls or Fallout,
yeah.
and it seems like nobody really hates or loves them both. There's something about just I guess
It's
the
fantasy and
settings,
sci-fi, I think.
fantasy versus sci-fi.
I mean, I love both of them thematically.
Yeah.
I love a lot of the stuff they do, but in terms of like when I play those games, I play them for like one marathon session, and then halfway through, I go like, "Am I even having fun?" No, I'm not. And then I stop.
What?
Like,
Yes, you are.
I don't know that I am. Like, I played
Stop.
7-8 hours straight of Fallout 3, and I loved so much of what it was doing, but I just didn't like.
Did you go up to the weird town where at the very northern tip of the map, where wasn't it like the the polygamists or
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I know there was like I found this slave camp and I was like, all right, killing all of you, and I'm way out of my element.
Killed all the slaves?
No,
Whoa.
That's
Darn,
dark.
I thought
The
Canadians
owners
were
know.
nice.
Negative
Oh,
karma sound.
awkward. And then I did the same thing with New Vegas. I played it, and for like 10 hours, I was like, I'm having a lot of fun. This is really cool. I like it more than 3. And then I just hit this point where I was no longer enjoying it and just was kind of done.
But you played
They-
3 all the way through.
No. After
didn't.
like same thing.
Also-
After like 10 hours, I was 20 hours into Oblivion.
They did
before I
have to.
realized I
They
was
did
bored.
have to
I did
retcon
like-
the ending on 3, though. Remember?
Yes.
Because everybody was mad that the game stopped.
Yeah.
So they had to retcon it so that you could keep playing.
Yeah. My thing with 3, I think what pushed me away the most was anytime I pursued the main story, which I found was the most interesting because I liked it. But it was like every time you got to a new location, you're like, "Yo, is my dad here?" Shucks, you just missed him.
Yeah.
Like, stop.
So
Dumb.
That's how dads
So
work.
hashtag Team Fallout or hashtag Team Elder Scrolls.
Team, I haven't played any of them. I already went over that on the show. Everyone already yelled at me. Don't yell at me anymore.
I'm here for you.
You didn't play Fallout or Mass Effect.
Or-
Wait.
Yeah, those are my 3.
or
Fallout,
Elder.
Elder Scrolls, and Mass Effect are my 3 franchises that...
Do you want to do a Let's Play where we play through Mass Effect? I'd do it for you, Marty.
I know you
God.
would.
That sounds
Look at
great.
that shirt. You're talking about.
I'm
look
wearing
at
a
my
Mass
shirt. Your
Effect
shirt.
today.
Do we all have dumb video game shirts
Yeah.
except for Marty?
Yeah, I have an adult
What's
shirt.
yours?
Mine's a Dota thing.
Adult.
Of course it's Dota thing.
Is that inside of a chest?
Yeah, it's Lifestealer. He infests bodies,
Oh,
and then
okay.
he pops out whenever he wants.
I
What
get
the
it.
hell is happening?
He's my
Guys,
he's my baby.
I'm sorry. I have to leave.
Oh, you got
All
Jet.
that-
You
all
have-
that
you have
matters-
work to do.
Mitch, channel
buddy.
my excitement for the Banjo-Kazooie story. Imagine how excited I would be.
Okay,
when that started.
I will read this as excited Marty
Okay.
when the time comes.
Okay.
All
Love
right,
you all.
Marty,
Bye.
we love you.
Bye. Bye,
Bye, Marty.
Sorry about the Battletoads shirt, except not because it was super funny.
Sorry, we're not sorry.
Your reaction was
Marty's
awesome.
appearance on the show has been canceled. Other things have been canceled recently.
Bye.
Take it, Destin. I love that. I
All
love
right,
that.
so Shadow Realms is canceled. That was the BioWare game that we saw at Gamescom.
Just a
briefly.
snort from under the
I
table.
thought she was snoring, but she's standing up. I don't think people can see her. Sorry.
No,
There's a
she's
distracting dog in here, and it's wonderful.
Yeah, so Shadow Realms, it's no more. Canceled.
So I missed this story when it went live, and I was on like my Skype group talking to my Dota friends, and they were like, "Yo, you guys see it? Shadow Realms is canceled." I was like, "What? Y'all are crazy. There's no way." And then logic set in. I was like, "Oh no, right." That
Did you
makes a
see
lot
the
of sense.
gameplay?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was rough. They should not have showed it at Gamescom. Like, it was not in a
Well,
showable
they also
form.
went radio silent
Well,
forever after that.
So,
Yeah.
a couple things.
They were like, oops.
Number one, this was technically never announced for console, but
Sure.
we're talking about this.
Yeah.
You'll see why in a minute. But because I heard that it was possibly being like console versions were being looked at.
Yeah, it was like being rebooted, sort
Yeah.
of.
Like, oh, maybe we should be doing this on consoles as well as PC. Because it's a 4v1 game, but not like Evolve. It's 4v1 where
It's like an
one,
MMO.
one person's sort of the dungeon master, but bad guy also.
I never
Fable
understood
Legends.
because they didn't. They never really showed it though. They never talked about that role a whole lot.
Yeah, and then the other 4 people were playing co-op through the dungeon. And on
It
paper,
looks-
it sounds great, but I guess they decided. So they did say it's canceled, and that BioWare Austin, which is the studio that was working on this, will continue support on Star Wars: The Old Republic and support Edmonton's Dragon Age
Yeah.
stuff,
Right.
which, from a business sense, makes perfect sense because Dragon Age, huge.
Yeah.
It is. They have. You got to give BioWare credit. Dragon Age was a thing that they'd been working on for 5 years before the first one came out. Like, that thing was long in development. And then it came out, and it was like, okay, this is pretty good. This is like kind of old school BioWare.
It was basically Fantasy KOTOR.
Right, Dragon Age 2 came out, and it was like, oh, some of the changes, I don't know. Then they righted the well, not that the ship was wrong, but they found the right
corrected.
Yeah, they course corrected with Inquisition, and they've fully got a mega franchise on their
Yes.
hands now.
I'm
mega
glad Shadow Realms has been canceled. I
Wow,
mean,
really?
it didn't look like it had like that hook that it would have needed to really succeed, and I think it would have been a lot of money dumped into development for a product people wouldn't have enjoyed.
Yeah,
You
I
know.
mean they had this massive like viral teasery campaign going on before,
Uh-huh.
and it all sounded really interesting. And
And then they showed
they
it.
showed it, and it was like,
What is this exactly? And that's the question a lot of gamers had when they
Well-
actually saw the footage.
I'm going to be very curious to see what happens with. I want to see two things: how Evolve sells, and what happens with Fable Legends, and what do those? What,
Is that out? When
what
does
do those
Fable
3
Legends come
games? Evolve, Fable Legends and Shadow Realms have in common. They're all 4v1 games.
Yep.
Oh,
So I'm very curious to see, because, Evolve on IGN, we don't know how reflective that is of the mass market, had kind of a lot of, you'd look in the comments or on Twitter, and the reception was very mixed.
Middling enthusiasm.
Yeah, it was like, well, I like this game, but is it worth $60? And we ultimately, Vince gave it a 9. I can't disagree with him. We talked all last week's the top of last week's show that the game's super fun, super great. I mean, whether you think it's worth $60 is another thing, but I don't think you can argue that the game is fun. So I want to see how Evolve sells. We've got Shadow Realms canceled. I have not been high at all on Fable Legends in what I saw and played at E3.
We also haven't seen it for over a year.
We haven't seen it since E3.
No, we saw
Was it at E3?
It was at Gamescom.
Well, that's where I played it. Was
okay.
at E3. Yeah.
Was it at Gamescom?
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I wasn't at Gamescom this year, and I don't.
I
remember.
was there. I played it.
Oh, you
So,
did. It
yeah.
was.
So, I mean,
sorry.
Yeah.
That kind of
misheard
goes
you.
to show that they are clearly, one, not marketing it well. Two, people in the press aren't really caring about it enough to talk about it in a loud enough volume for me to hear.
So I'm just the bigger point being, I wonder if 4v1 is going to be one of those cool ideas that you think is going to be a trend but fizzles out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Could be.
Time will tell. What else?
So BioWare works on Star Wars, which has a dark side.
Oh, boy.
Dark Side Games, developer of the Phantom Dust reboot, closed.
Destin on fire today, ladies and gentlemen.
Here we go.
That's
What
back
happens
to
when
back,
Marty
2
leaves.
in a row.
Yeah.
This is like the 3-point shootout at NBA All-Star Weekend. You're just like swishing bucket after bucket.
So the story goes with this. Kotaku reported on an alleged closure of the studio, Darkside Games, losing the contract with Microsoft for Phantom Dust, and then apparently that studio is closing, to be confirmed.
Which is terrible news.
Of course. Microsoft's comment kind of it didn't really express anything about that. It's not their company. It's not their place to talk about it. But they explained they basically took Phantom Dust away from them and ended the relationship. They broke up with them and took all their CDs back.
Do we know what happened? Like, was it just too big of a company, or were they not making progress?
They might not have been happy. They might have missed milestones. It might not be on track.
Yeah, there could be anything. I mean, it could be some weird petty decision at Microsoft, or it could be the developers screwed up time and again. We have no idea who.
I mean, Phil Spencer's a smart guy.
Absolutely.
And we're seeing lately a lot of this especially at EA. You look at Andrew Wilson, and that guy is cleaning house. He is making sure that games are good.
Which is the correct decision.
They delayed Battlefield
Hardline,
to make sure it was awesome at launch. They canceled Dawngate because it wasn't feasible for that game to work out.
Canceled Shadow Realms.
Canceled Shadow Realms. Like, they're doing... Like, it sucks when games get canceled, but it is a responsible thing to do. It is...
Provided, hopefully, all those people get to move on to other projects
of course.
and keep their job.
But it's a... EA talked about this at E3 last year, and it didn't just sound like them blowing smoke up their own ass. It was like they are player first, and they are doing that by canceling games that aren't on the up and up. So
and they've taken their sweet time with Mirror's Edge, which they need to get right. Otherwise, I know where they are, and I will approach them. I will have a Molotov cocktail or two.
All right. Brutal.
No, I'm totally joking. Don't send the authorities.
Putting a lot of work on that one.
We know that Criterion has this new IP. They showed it really early, and they haven't talked about it at all. They're giving them the time to make sure that is an interesting, cool, new whatever it is. And if Microsoft is taking the same approach to something like Phantom Dust to make sure it's fine and it's good and it has the right developer and it can be a great game, that's awesome. Because if they want to position it as a valuable Xbox One exclusive, it needs to be good. You can't just say, like, oh, here's this old brand that some people liked. Like, no, they want this game to be huge.
Yeah.
And if it's not going to be huge with Darkside, they're going to take it away.
Well, and that's because that's been Microsoft's first-party strategy for a number of years now is they don't have a ton of first-party games, but they're all big.
Yeah.
They're all big, big deals.
And maybe this wasn't Phil's call, but I don't know. It seems
Aren't
like
they all ultimately Phil's call, though?
Could be.
I'll have to ask him next time we get to see him, but...
This is the one that was announced by the former Rare guy who made Killer Instinct, Ken Lobb, right?
You love Ken Lobb.
Yeah,
How can you not remember his name?
I was just blanking on his name. I know Ken.
You
He's
love
great.
Killer Instinct, and therefore you love Ken Lobb.
I do love Killer Instinct. I have no idea what Phantom Dust is. I've never heard of it.
So I will say that's...
like, it's not a brand that I see a huge community for.
Microsoft does claim it's still in development. I wonder if at some point we'll see this game quietly go away. And I'm not necessarily advocating for that because I haven't seen the game. I don't know if it's any good or not. But
Yeah.
This was the one that did make me scratch my head at E3 when they announced it. It's like, of all your sort of... Microsoft has a very interesting back catalog of IPs, particularly from the original Xbox days.
Yeah.
Like, all right, Crackdown coming back. Sounds good. Of course, that's a 360 game. But, yeah, Phantom Dust was like, really?
And, like, they prefaced it like, Killer Instinct Season 1 did really well, and now we're bringing you Phantom Dust. And I'm like, what? I have no idea what that is.
It's basically like JRPG Street Fighter Magic the Gathering,
Okay.
which sounds great.
Yeah,
I guess.
could be cool. But I will
I
say,
don't know.
not that they'd never announced a release date for this, but this developer shuffle turbulence here pretty much kills any faint hope you may have had of Phantom Dust being a 2015 game. There's zero
Sorry.
chance of that now. Not that there will be any shortage of Xbox One exclusives to play this year between Tomb Raider and Halo 5 and Forza 6 and probably Quantum Break. So yeah, who do we put on this game now, Mitch? You just gave us the elevator pitch version of Phantom Dust. Who do you put on a project like that that's theoretically available to do it?
My go-to is always 2 devs, if we're talking Japanese devs, because it is a JRPG style game.
Do it.
From Software, always, and Platinum, always.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was jokingly going to say Platinum, but actually,
dude.
I mean...
They're doing Dragon
Scalebound.
Born
Scalebound.
Bound. Yeah, there we
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Scalebound. Terrible name.
Strange marketing, too.
Yeah. Come interview the devs. We've never shown you a frame of the game. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Platinum's great. They do really good work. They're working on an Xbox One exclusive. If this game is going to go away for a while and get a new dev, maybe Platinum could conceivably pick it up after Scalebound.
Could happen. All right, so if you have been keeping an eye on Phantom Dust, move it to the back burner of your brain. And
Microsoft... Oh, sorry.
Yep, do it.
Microsoft
Take us home,
kept
Destin.
Phantom Dust, but they lost something in January. They lost the number 1 spot.
Just no one's
That one
beating
works?
you. You
That
have
one
the high
works? All right,
score.
I'll
yeah.
take it. I'll take it.
Oh, boy.
This one was a tricky one. I had to think about it. I didn't know a lot about Phantom Dust, so I'm like, I'll just work on my segue into the
Your
January
eyes are in the back of your
NPD
head
numbers.
the entire segment thinking about it.
Yeah, this comes from the NPD, which is the kind of like North American sales data people. Quote, after closing a record-breaking holiday 2015... Take 2. After closing a record-breaking holiday, 2015 is off to a great start, with record January sales for Xbox One and more game sales per console than any other platform. Pretty good.
Blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
et cetera, et cetera. Yeah.
We're
Corporate
doing
speak.
well.
Yeah.
22%
We're
growth.
super excited about the future.
Says Mike Nichols, corporate vice president of Xbox
Yeah.
marketing. I'm a marketer. I sell you
Wait a
things.
minute.
Record January sales is pretty good, though.
But this is only the 2nd January.
That-
all they're saying is that they
it's not
beat
even for Xbox. It's
for
just
Xbox
for
One. All
No,
they're saying is that they sold more this January than last January, which
Whatever.
means nothing to me.
whatever.
And then their list of upcoming Xbox exclusives, including Fable Legends. That one's a strange pick. Because
also available on PC.
Because Quantum
Oh, yeah.
Break's not listed. They don't
You
list Quantum Break, but they
eagle-eyed
list
son
Halo
of a
5,
gun.
Rise of the Tomb Raider, and Forza Motorsport 6.
Destin, you've
Bravo.
just redeemed your entire silent performance this week.
Wow. I'd
Yeah,
never thought
where's
that.
Quantum Break? That is a huge exclusive for them, and it's not even on this list.
That is well put.
Is
Note to
Fable
self.
better brand awareness? I don't know. That's
Yeah. Good
maybe
job,
it's
Marty.
not coming in 2015, but
Maybe
maybe
not.
I've
mean,
maintained that forever. That
Yeah.
game is next year.
Well, we've said it before. Remedy is a studio that is virtually guaranteed to deliver you a fantastic game, but it's going to be a while.
Yeah.
Like, they are not a team to be rushed. They're a small
Yeah.
team. They're a small group over there. Well, Destin with the unearthing the gold there out of that.
I think I understand his marketing strategy. Fable is a more recognizable brand than Quantum Break. So that's why he
But-
listed Fable.
well, it's
Yeah.
it's not like he was on a word count here. And
Yeah. Well, look, Fable, Halo, Tomb Raider. Huge brands. That's probably why
Yeah.
he went that route. But they should be pushing Quantum Break
still.
harder because it looks phenomenal.
It's also possible that they think Quantum Break is coming out this year, but they're not sure enough to list it in here.
Good
Maybe
point.
as a sort of a like, well, we better just stick to what we're more reasonably confident of.
Good point.
It's too bad Marty left because this next story was for
Yeah.
him.
I'll play them out on a ukulele. No, that one was rough. You have to do this one anyway, Mitch.
You just bricked that one, but that's okay. Nobody's perfect.
Some former Rare developers start Platonic Games, and they're working on a, quote, spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie. It's called Project Ukulele, as Dustin so subtly hinted.
So this will be Eddie Vedder's favorite game.
The team apparently includes a programmer from Donkey Kong Country, yes. Character designer from Banjo-Kazooie. Insert enthusiasm for Marty here. And the artist who, quote, made your console fit to burst with lavish environments across several Rare games across the course of a decade.
That's a nice lineup of people.
It's not bad. Some former Rare guys making some cartoony platformer stuff. I'm down.
We don't know what platforms this game will hit on, but you would think that if it's a platformer, it's going to find its way to consoles.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll be keeping a close eye on this game.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Hopefully it comes to Xbox One.
I hope so, because Rare themselves not making any platformers, although they're probably making this video game right now. Why else would there be a shirt?
I hope they're making Battletoads and not Connect Adventures
Dustin,
or
I
any of
promise
those
you that
Connect
Battletoads
games.
is coming out this year.
This year.
I also promise you that Rare is not making any more Connect games because
Yeah.
Microsoft pulled the plug on Connect. There's no one to sell Connect Adventures 2 to or Connect Sports 18.
Maybe Phil is just like, what are you working on? No, you're not anymore.
Yeah, no. So you're right, Mitch. I mean, it's Battletoads, and I'm sure they have a second project in the works too. Who knows how far along it is, but time will tell.
I thought this next. I don't have a segue, but I thought
Not even. It
yeah,
doesn't care.
I thought this next
Dropping the
story
mic.
was a rumor. So now it's confirmed.
Oh, it's on right now, my friend.
Oh, all right. So the Xbox Ultimate Game Sale of 2015. Tons of stuff on sale, including Alien Isolation for $25, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare for $40, Destiny for $40,
There you go.
Fantasia for $20, Forza 5 for $30, Mordor for $30, Telltale Games Collection 5 seasons.
Yeah, it's 5. It's Walking Dead
That's-
1, 2, Wolf Among Us. Basically,
Game of
most of
Thrones.
Borderlands. Yeah,
That's-
$55. So you pretty much get.
No,
Ridiculous.
Game of Thrones isn't done yet.
I think it includes the.
It's a season
though. I think
pass,
it's
I
season
think.
pass.
Oh, is it?
I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
$55
I might be
bucks.
mistaken, but
Wow, you
That's
can buy
good
the
value.
future in a box.
Yeah, the promo
So I
image
will
saw
gladly
had
give
that
you
too.
money today for a Game of Thrones season Thursday.
South Park for $15.
That is a Popeye reference, folks. No one gets
I
that.
got you. I'm with you.
Gaka.
There we go.
South Park's $15. Get that one. Mirror's Edge for $3.
Come
$3?
Yeah.
Just
If you still have your 360, for the love of God, $3. That's not even. That's like. That's a Big Mac.
it's 240 Microsoft points. Come on.
Yeah.
Buy Mirror's Edge.
You probably have those Microsoft points just laying around as
They
change
converted
in
it
your
to
account.
cash. You probably have $3. Come on, that game is incredible.
Yeah.
There's $3.
If you
There's
haven't played
$3
it, you
in my
should.
change tray.
If you come to Podcast Unlocked episode 200, I will literally give you $3 if you buy it.
Well, now they're just going to wait. Hey,
Yeah.
I am the episode.
300 people show up to unlock. Mitch
Yeah.
owes $900.
They spend $2,000 getting here for their
Yeah.
$3 for
Here for
Mirror's
my
Edge.
$3.
So I'm Tal. I'm twisted. I'm twirling my twirly beard. So Mitch, why do you need a raise from us this year? Because you gave all your money to fans? Why is that grounds to give you more money?
Mitch, I see you have a $900 expense report for E3.
And it's listed under miscellaneous E3 expenses. I'm not sure we can approve that. Oh man, but yeah,
It's a
lots
pretty good
of,
sale.
And there's a ton more. Those are just the ones that I pulled out as what I thought were the highlights. So take a look at Xbox.com for the full list. But boy, I mean, yeah, South Park for 15, Mirror's Edge for 3. There's so much good stuff in there. Jump
I
on
love
it.
this sale every year.
It's great. I wish they would do it more than once a year. But I suppose there are economics and things like that involved.
Some of that stuff.
All right, Mitchell Dyer.
Yes, sir.
Marketplace report. What can we spend our money on besides those Ultimate Game Sale games?
I saw Vince Ingenito playing Dead or Alive 5 last round at his Xbox on his desk.
This is the 5th re-release of Dead or Alive 5, I think.
Correct.
And they claim the last one. Like, seriously, there won't be any more Dead or Alive 5. We'll actually move on to.
I
hope so.
I still don't care about this franchise.
Well, a lot of people do. It is a good fighting series.
Do they?
It's
Because
all right.
DOA 5 launched, and it was not a positive reception
Well,
from fans.
it's traditionally been a good fighting series. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm out of the fighting game loop.
I'm
You're
not
the
a
man
fan.
on
I think it's
I'm-
kind of a shallow game.
I'm
well,
worried DOA 5.
Dead or
like-
Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't mean that kind of shallow, but it is also that.
Yeah.
On the digital side, Trivial Pursuit Live on Xbox One is $15. No idea what the trivia subject matter is, but that's cool. The Escapist is $18 on Xbox One. People really like this one on PC, so that's great. Hand of Fate came out, $20.
Would you say it's a Manos, the Hand of Fate?
Don
No.
Badman?
Because I would buy that game. The master says to buy this game.
Oh my God, make it
That's
stop.
Mystery Science Theater reference for anybody that's unsure what's going on right now.
There is a $60 cricket game called Don Badman Cricket.
Finally.
Why is there a cricket game for Xbox One but not a Major League Baseball video game? How does that make sense?
Europe, I guess.
Those are Sony exclusives?
Well, Microsoft has the contractual authority to make a Major League Baseball licensed video game.
Wow.
They choose not to, as Nintendo
Yeah.
chooses not to as well.
Seems like there's money on the table there.
Far Cry 4's Overrun DLC is $5. I don't know what that is. Is that a high score
Microsoft
thing?
What?
Far Cry 4's new DLC, Overrun.
Oh, yeah.
only know that
It's
as Gears Mode.
it's multiplayer based.
Oh, okay.
It's a multiplayer
Okay,
pack.
competitive. This is PvP stuff. Okay, great.
So-
Probably maps and stuff.
Phil, I know you're listening in the car. Here's what we need to do. The people that made EA MVP baseball for EA, that was the Vancouver office.
They still
You-
make
you-
FIFA and NHL.
Yes. Phil, you have a studio called Black Tusk in Canada. So rent the office space next door, hire a bunch of those people from EA, and make a friggin' baseball game, please. Have them just I mean, you probably can't call it MVP because EA owns that. Call it whatever. Except the dumb thing
World
that you
Series
call...
Baseball. We got it. Nailed
Well,
it. You're welcome.
Sega probably doesn't want to use that anymore.
Damn
so
it. Is that a thing already?
Sega, well, years and years and years ago.
Ken
Yes.
Griffey's Home Run Baseball.
Well, the last time Microsoft made a baseball game, it was for 1 year, and it was called Inside Pitch, which is a terrible name. Don't call your baseball game
Correct.
that. But, Phil, you got to do this one for us, the baseball fans.
They should call it Inside Baseball, and it should just be like an MMO where you try
managerial
and
sim.
yeah, you try and gain influence with certain people.
Bribing umpires and stuff.
Don't put it past. Don't give them any ideas.
There's
also-
your baseball game. Be careful what you wish for.
There is a playable demo of Scream Ride on Xbox One and Xbox 360.
For no other reason, owning a PS4, it's for MLB The Show, since Xbox will not give me a baseball
Oh, yeah.
game.
What do they have for sports games? Football, right?
Who?
That's it.
They?
Well, all third-party stuff.
Yeah.
For, on Xbox One,
Madden,
there's
FIFA,
Madden.
NHL.
Oh, there is
Golf
FIFA and
is
NHL.
coming.
Topspin.
Golf is coming.
So Microsoft published Topspin.
I'd actually play that.
Where's PGA? PGA is usually out in March. What's the deal? We haven't
is-
heard
no, I
anything
think
since E3.
But the release date on that has shuffled a lot year in and year out. Like it used to be in the September, and then they moved it up to, I want to say, like the spring. But then I think it might be June because it's around Father's Day and some major golf tournament.
Oh, okay.
Because the game, they're trying to sell it to dads.
What was that golf game
And
where
they-
like ships crash?
That's
in
PGA.
Oh yeah, that's not out yet, right?
No.
I'd play that.
I can't wait. I already told Dan, I'm like, I'm going to review golf. And he's like, you? I'm like, please. Dan, you don't understand. I love golf.
Golf games are fun.
Golf video games, seriously, even if you don't play golf, are some of the most fun you can have.
They are,
So
and they
great.
don't change very much. So
Not
if you
really.
played one along, like I played like 2011 or 2009 Tiger Woods,
Yeah.
and I could pick up any golf game. today
Lynx
and figure it out.
2004, which was so Microsoft bought the Lynx golf franchise, which way back in the day was the premier golf sim, and it was a PC series. And I think it was on Mac as well, but it was computer game, not a console thing. Microsoft put one out on Xbox, and it was awesome. It was so good. It did 4-player simultaneous play
man,
long
that's
before
awesome.
Tiger Woods did it. And so my buddies and I would log on, and what's cool, the way it handles it is everybody just shoots when they want to shoot, but or hits the ball. I guess you're not really shooting in golf, and it would just show you each player would be assigned a color, and it would just make a color line.
Oh yeah,
for where your friend's shot went.
That's how Hot Shots works.
Yeah,
on
and that's how
Vita
everything
PS4.
works now. But they were sort of the first to do it. And it's what was fun is you just play 18 holes, and you just like real golf, you just shoot
Drink.
the breeze with your friends, and
great.
you can also drink. Yes, minus you just don't get the sunburn
Yeah.
that you get on a real golf
Golf's
course.
the only sport that allows drinking and driving.
And encourages it.
encourages
People,
it.
people show up on a cart. You want some alcohol, guys?
That's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
the like midway through the course, like the
Yeah.
ninth hole, the person on the cart comes with it's snacks and there's beer.
Yeah.
Is there a golf course in the Bay Area?
There's
Yeah,
many
there's-
golf
Is
courses.
there, I haven't been golfing in so long.
So there's the closest one that I know of is I've played it once with my friend Rob, my former boss at OXM, Rob Smith. It's in San Mateo, right
Okay.
off the 101
That's very close
by
to where I
the 3rd Avenue exit.
Ooh, okay.
It's
Yeah.
south of the airport.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
And
it's
I mean,
right
we were
there.
in Monterey for our company retreat. and
Right
it's like
on a golf
right
course.
on Pebble Beach.
But they didn't give us any time to golf.
I know.
I actually have a set of clubs. If
Dude,
you want
I-
to play sometime, let's play.
How expensive is Pebble Beach?
Oh, that's got to
A
be
lot.
expensive. Yeah.
That's above IGN salary level.
Okay.
That's not a thing we should
I'll 100%
do.
go golfing with you in the Bay Area.
Let's do it. It's a mandate, Mitch.
I love it.
I've mandated a mandate.
We'll get some in and out. on
Yeah,
the way.
right after. It's the
Settle those bets.
Millbrae In and Out right up the road. I love it. I love this show. These
Where are we
things
at?
happen.
Yeah. That's it. Oh no, wait. Free games.
Oh yeah.
I
Well, did you get this demo here?
Yep.
Yeah,
Playable
oh,
demo Scream Ride.
Yeah.
We like that game a lot.
I like it a lot.
Roller
It's fun as
coaster.
hell.
TBD if like as a $60 game or whatever it is.
Well, it's 40.
40 if it's worth $40, but the demo is great and everything we've seen so far has been a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
and I like that the demo is on because it's coming out for both Xboxes, the 360 and the Xbox
Yeah.
One, and the demo is up on either console. So
coming out for
give it a look.
Xbox.
Yeah.
The game's at gold for February. iDarb is free all month on Xbox One, and now starting right now, as of February 16th, Sniper Elite V2 is free on Xbox 360. Remember, you don't need to download the entire thing, so if you don't have hard drive space, just initiate the download, cancel it, it's yours forever.
And you, the license is yours. You own it like a boss.
Let's do some trivia.
Let's do that. We'll be
Let's
right
give
back.
me a free point.
You think you know this week's? All right. Well,
pretty sure I know.
good. I do too. We'll be right back. All right. Trivia time before we get the heck out of here. Our Unlock Block trivia question this week comes to us from Jeremy Wilson. He's from Manhattan, not the New York version, the Kansas version.
Classic Manhattan, Kansas.
His gamer tag is the Angry Ocho. Ocho is 8 in Spanish. I still have no idea what his gamer tag means.
Angry 8.
The Angry 8. But Jeremy, you've won yourself a video game. I will dig one up for you and send you an email with a code in it, and I hope you enjoy it. So, gentlemen,
Yeah.
Marty has forfeited his chance to gain ground on the competition. I'm going to pull up the scoring right now
Oh.
for 2015.
You have been keeping track.
Oh, I am absolutely keeping track. So we have Mitch, Destin, and Sean all tied with 3.
Ooh.
Marty with 2. You guys chance to gain some ground on the Marty Meister here.
Should I text Marty and ask him his answer, or should we just not give him the chance?
He is not here. I think he is.
All right.
He's too
Mitch
busy.
like deletes his
Suck a
tag.
big one,
He's
Marty.
too busy working. That's what he gets.
Oh, I gotta
I mean,
Kirby's.
He's in the meeting that I'm supposed to be in right now.
He would never even know that there's a dog in here.
I'm late too. We got to wrap up. I totally forgot it was noon.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. With the upcoming unification of Microsoft operating systems under the Windows 10 umbrella, what OS was the original Xbox initially based upon? Was it Windows CE, Windows 2000, Windows DirectX, or Windows Xenon? Asks Jeremy Wilson. Gamertag the Angry Ocho, all one word. If you'd like to make a new friend on Xbox Live, Destin.
Well, I thought it was CE, and then Mitch said some stuff off the air, so I'm going to say 2000. It was one of those two, I thought.
Mitch.
I'm almost positive that it's Windows DirectX, which is the name. That's where they drew the name Xbox from. Is the DirectX.
He's talking about the OS, the OS it was based on.
I'm still gonna say.
All right.
Wait. Hang on. Because now
That meeting could wait.
the OS operating system.
Yes, that's what that stands for.
Because DirectX is an API, right?
Is it? No
Windows,
help from me.
I don't even remember Windows Xenon.
Well, that was the code name of the Xbox, right? The Xenon. Wasn't it? Well, now I don't know.
This is why I love this segment of the show, because I just like watching you guys squirm.
I'm sticking with 2000. I don't care if I'm wrong. Now I think it might be Xenon, though.
I applaud the conviction there,
Yeah.
Destin.
I'm gonna
Mitch?
stick with DirectX, even though I don't think it's an operating system. I know that a lot of the Xbox relied on DirectX, so I'm gonna stick with DirectX.
One of you is correct. It's Destin!
Yeah!
DirectX, Windows DirectX is not a
It's
thing.
not an OS.
That's not a real thing. But
And
Windows 2000 sure as hell was.
Yeah.
I had no idea that it was based on 2000.
Windows
Like, I thought-
2000 was the evolution of Windows NT, which was the business
what it was,
OS.
yep.
Yeah, it was. It had more security.
Our
but
school used it.
See, I
and
thought
it was-
they
yeah.
built an operating system with DirectX as a foundation for the hardware.
As you called it, but you talked yourself. DirectX is an API, not an operating system. So
I would have went CE.
Destin surging into the lead for 2015.
Yeah.
4 points.
We need to send Destin on some preview assignments.
So he's not here.
I'll probably
All
be
right.
going to one soon enough.
Bravo, guys. Well, bravo, Destin.
Yeah.
Sucks to be you, Mitch. All right, let's get the heck out of here.
Yes, sir.
I want to plug IGN Prime. Help keep IGN's lights on. Help keep us here doing podcasts, doing game reviews, and other fun things
Podcasts and all
that
that
you
good
enjoy. It's $30 a year, and that will get you free PC games. Sadly, we have not busted into the console realm yet. It's just on a mass distribution scale. It's easier to give away PC games.
Yeah.
But good news is most of the PC games we give away are things that pretty much any PC can run. So.
Yeah.
Free PC games, beta access. Now that can apply to
Yeah, we had the
console
crew beta.
stuff. The crew beta, Destiny's beta, early access
Yeah.
to that.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So, but most importantly, no ads when you're watching videos on IGN, which saves so much time.
It's glorious. You can just sit there and watch videos all day, and nobody will yell at you about John Wick.
That's right.
That's it.
Ever.
You just watch John Wick.
And
The movie's
if you
really
like
good.
this podcast, that's a better way to help support us because it gives you no ads and you
Yeah,
still
until we wise up
the
and
show.
start selling T-shirts with our sweet new logo, but we haven't gotten there yet. So yeah, sign up at ign.com/prime, and we would love you for it. Mitch Dyer, what are you up
Yeah. I'm at MitchD on Twitter. No real big stuff going on right now, but you can subscribe to my esports podcast on IGN. That's youtube.com/IGN Arena. We are IGN Arena on iTunes. And as Xbox fans, and if you're interested in Smite, stay tuned. We've got some really big stuff planned for you guys.
to? Destin.
I'm working on a bunch of montages, so it's a lot of capture
I
for
need
me
a
right now.
montage!
Yeah, I think people are really going to like them. It's leading up to a big release. I won't say when, but
I'm excited about this.
yeah, we're going to release a bunch of montage type stuff, and I'm doing a ton of capture.
A
That's
mother
a pain.
effing montage.
Exactly.
Marty is
And,
at McBiggity, 2 G's, 2 T's, and he's also now the host of Podcast Beyond, so you can go watch him and Brian Altano and Max Scoville be dorks over there.
Typical.
It's good times over there.
I'm at Destin Legary. Yeah.
Love it. You can find me at DMC_Ryan on the Twitters. And what do I even do here? I don't even know.
Host podcasts.
I guess, yeah.
Previews.
And yeah.
You did the From Software thing this month.
The
You helped
IGN
with
first,
that,
well,
right?
Bloodborne.
Yeah. I
We've made it happen.
I'm
You
just-
helped
I'm just the puppet
facilitate
master. Yeah.
amazing things happen.
I'm doing what I can. Next month should be interesting. Our March one that we're working on.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
I think it'll be of interest to this audience.
Don't remember what it is.
Eventually.
It's different, and I'm excited about it.
Yeah,
There's
cool.
some good stuff happening.
All right, gentlemen. Thanks everybody for listening and or watching. If you've been watching, I hope if you have not
podcast
watched
now.
the show on YouTube or IGN.com yet, watch the first 5 minutes with as
This
we
one's
troll
got
Marty.
It's got a dog. It's got a T-shirt. It's got some spectacle.
Just shenanigans afoot. Oh yeah, should we get? Oh, we
Maggie's
forgot to
asleep.
put her in the
Maggie,
chair.
come
All right, let's see if we can get her in the
Come on,
chair real
Maggie.
quick before we go.
Come on, Maggie.
Let's see.
She's confused.
Come on. She's coming. Yes. Oh, she's thinking about it.
Hold on. Let's see if she'll go for it.
This is now
take
the
the
worst
content off for a
radio,
second.
but the absolute best video happening right now.
Hold up. Yeah, climb up in the chair. Oh,
Ryan
no,
is
no, no, no,
frantically
no,
trying to
no,
gather his dog. This is amazing.
Here,
Come here, Maggie.
Oh.
Come be a podcast co-host. The most adorable hostess of
She's
all
like,
time.
what is happening?
Atta girl.
There you go.
Sit, Maggie.
It's okay.
Sit. Yeah.
Sit.
Oh
Okay,
my God.
Finishing the show from. All right.
I got her. We're good.
Yeah, I gotta go back.
It's like Marty's here.
Bye, Maggie. We tried.
All
I
right.
was not a fan of that.
Throwing in the towel. Giving up
Vamp
on the
for a
dog.
second.
We can vamp. IGN Arena is an esports and MOBA-centric podcast on
Yeah.
IGN. You can find
so
out.
You go for another plug.
Yeah, man, of course.
boy.
We
Shameless.
have a lot of stuff going on at PAX East this year, so if you're going to be in Boston on that weekend at PAX East, we have panels. You can find Marty and I on different panels. We're doing Games Scoop with Damon and Brian Altano.
And you guys are going to be hosting an event where the fans can come and see a cool new game.
Yeah,
don't say what it is
No,
yet.
yeah, I'm not even fully in on the loop on that, so we should catch up about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that because that's a done signed deal.
Great.
So
Sounds awesome.
that's going to be good.
So keep an eye out on IGN for the full details about where you can see all of us. The schedule's out there right now, so if you search anybody's name from IGN, if you check the schedule, you can find all of our panels, stuff like that. But I think we're doing another meet and greet. I think we'll find out. We'll have details on that on IGN once it's finalized. Cool.
One of these times I got to get me to a PAX. I've never been to one.
Dude, you got to come to Prime.
Because all you young unattached types get to go to the PAX shows.
Yeah. My girlfriend just goes to PAX, so it's like, all right.
Yeah, it works out.
Perfect.
But in any case, thanks everybody for listening. Most of you do so on iTunes. For Marty Sleva, Mitch Dyer, Destin Legary, Maggie the Boxer. My name's Ryan McCaffrey. Remember, send in a rare trivia question. The company rare, not a rare as in not frequent.
This is a one-of-a-kind trivia question.
It's a rare shirt is actually what it is.
That's true.
It is a rare shirt.
Rare.
You can win the shirt off my back. Send in a rare-related trivia question for next week's show, and this shirt can be yours. Remember, it's an extra large. Just bear that in mind.
Unlocked at IGN.com.
That's right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Bye.